Decentamato. No longer shall tomatoes or any other vegetables be censored. The Decentamato blockchain is a cryptographic map on how to hide your tomatoes in an untrackable way. We have now turned tomatoes into an unconfiscatable asset. Decentamato, you're in full control.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So welcome back to this Thursday edition. How are you today? Thank you for everybody that came out to the live stream last night. It was actually a lot of fun. Really had a good time with you guys. Now, if we have a look at what's going on today, there is some red across the board. However, we had 3 straight days of green, so I'm not surprised to see a little bit of a pullback in the market. Obviously, going down here, most of the coins are having a red day today. If we look at the biggest gainers, we have Eternal token doing the crazy pump. I don't know what's up with that. Basic Attention token, great coin, guys. Still doing quite well. Wax as well. Decentraland, Revain, Chainlink is in the news. Pundix, Polymath, Zilliqa, and MadeSafe coin all up today. $217 billion market cap. Now, usually right now I get into like predictions and I talk about what's going on, but I want to start off with this because this was really funny and this caught my attention. So William Shatner tweeted at Vitalik Buterin, literally just a thumbs up, right? That was it. And he started getting all this backlash, and it says that his tweet provoked an antagonist response from crypto Twitter. Pre-mine apologist who denounced Ethereum co-founder Vitalik as a literal scammer for his alleged failure to ensure full decentralization of the network. So if you see right here, you can see this guy. He says he's a literal scammer. And then William Shatner replies with, then, as a coder, go develop your own blockchain technology where you can be 1000% sure of decentralization or shove money in a mattress. I hear that's only overseen by the bedbug community. He replies back again, you can never be sure, blah, 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 blah. As a coder, it's irresponsible to tell people the project doesn't absolutely rely on trust in one person, blah, 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 blah. And then finally he comes back with, his viewpoints don't take into account the fact that the code has to be audited by an auditing firm and approved by consortium or it doesn't get accepted. He thinks it exists in a bubble. That's why we have ERC20, ERC721, ERC1701, smirky wink face.
Got him! Got him!
So, shout out to William Shatner. I've been a fan since Star Trek, and now I'm an even bigger fan. So, way to go. He's, getting involved and dropping ERC20 standards, guys. This is crazy. So, we also got this guy, Augustin Carstens. Not sure if you've heard him, Muh Money, right, all the time. So, basically, he's come out again, before an audience in Miami in the beginning of the week, and he was describing these as, last week, and he describes Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as mere software algorithms with no utility. Well, I think this guy, Nero Gonzalez, had the best response. He said, yeah, just as Amazon is just a software program and will never beat Sears, right? Someone put the old man down. So, just kind of wanted to start on some fun news today, guys. We usually dive right into the money, right? But I wanted to actually now talk about some positive news from Sqaure. So, they revealed that they generated $43 million in Bitcoin revenue for Q3. So, that was in their recent letter to shareholders, right? So, it says presenting a digest of its total earnings and financial activities, Sqaure, which introduced Bitcoin support in its Sqaure Cash payment app earlier this year, saw cryptocurrency revenue grow by a total of $6 million compared to Q2, which means people are purchasing and using this for cryptocurrencies. The other thing I wanted to point out was there was this survey that came out, and it was carried by YouGov, and they found that 1 in 5 people in the UK think that Bitcoin will be as common as cash or card. The survey also found that while Bitcoin is still a relatively new technology, 9 out of 10 people in the UK say that they've heard of Bitcoin, with just over 1 in 5 saying that they understand it fairly well. So this just goes to show you that people know about it, they're thinking about it, right? And obviously Q3 performing better than Q2 is definitely showing that some of these retail investors are coming back into the space again. Probably has a lot to do with why we've seen the price going up a little bit as well. Not to mention the fact Everyone's getting super excited about November, and now you have what they're calling the Santa Claus rally. So basically, in traditional markets, it's really common to see a stock market rally leading up to the end of the year due to the increased activity in the private sector during holidays. It may be too early to say this, after all, we've only seen very moderate crypto gains this week, but it's very possible that we might see a Santa Claus rally in the crypto markets. Now, this is coming from Maddie Greenspan, senior market analyst at eToro. And I know, haha, the jokes are coming. I wouldn't trust anybody with the last name of Greenspan. But, hear the guy out. So essentially, he says that the gains are led by actually currently Bitcoin Cash ahead of the fork. So it's kind of funny to see that after all the sideways movement, a possible breakout could come from a disagreement in the Bitcoin Cash community of all places. So he goes on to say, in any case, the fire doesn't usually care where the spark came from. Upward momentum has a way of snowballing in financial markets no matter where the drivers of the momentum may have originally been. And I just wanted to point out, on top of that, there is a lot of speculation around this hard fork right now. As you can see, they have futures launched over at Poloniex, and they have the BSV futures, which are currently trading at around $140 on very, very low volumes, though. And then they say if that translates into a real price, because it's, out of a 20,000 volume, really low. But anyway, at $140, they said that would make it a top 10 coin, with a market cap of 2.4 billion, actually above Cardano and pretty damn close to Litecoin. Then you also have ABC as well. So ABC and SV have kind of split between each other's, the Bitcoin Cash's real price. So, at the time of writing this, ABC is around 536, while SV is around 139, giving them a combined amount of $670, about $80 more than the current price of Bitcoin Cash. So just wanted to talk about that. But guys, don't go anywhere just yet. We still got some more news. So we had the elections. The elections came out. No, I'm not talking about Augur's prediction on the elections. I'm talking about actual crypto-friendly politicians that have been voted in as state governors. So the first one you have is Gavin Newsom, who won California governor's seat. It says Newsom is famous across the cryptocurrency landscape for being among the first politicians to accept Bitcoin donations to fund their campaign. And then the second, you have Colorado welcoming Jared Polis as crypto-friendly state governor. So he's been among cryptocurrency's biggest supporters within the United States government, and he's defended Bitcoin in the past, stating that he would use his congressional power and leverage to fight against any policies set forth by U.S. government that restrict the growth of Bitcoin. Coming to yeehaw! There you go, guys. So that is pretty good news moving forward. Now, if that's not enough fun for today, I got so many stories for you guys today. So check this out. You know how people love to do stuff with the Lightning Network? We had the bicycle where you could pay and it would give you the electric boost. Well, this is actually using Bitcoin Cash. But seriously, just for demonstration purposes, this guy has basically a chicken coop that's set up, and you feed the chicken, you send the Bitcoin to the address, and then you'll see that it actually dispenses the food, and then the chickens can eat the food. So if you guys kind of want to watch real quick, look, he sends it. See, it got sent, and then food gets dispensed, and then it should be in 5 seconds. There you go. And then all the chickens run and eat it. So just to go to show you how much better this is than, traditional, wire transfer or something like that. So, just more examples we have. Also, I wanted to talk about this cool promotion, guys. So OpenBazaar 2 turns 1. They got a swag bundle. It's got some pins, a notebook, a phone loop, and some other stuff. But the point of bringing this up is that it's only $1, and the only way you can get this is Bitcoin. So you send them $1 worth of Bitcoin, and they will send you this little swag bundle pack absolutely free of shipping for $1 worth of Bitcoin. So if you guys want to even just try this just for fun, just to maybe show your friends and family how cool it is, go do this for $1 and you can get that as well. Now, I got to talk about this from yesterday. My apologies to the community, guys. I didn't realize that, I should have assumed it, but I didn't realize that this whole promotion for Stellar is obviously once again excluding New York citizens. This is the unfortunate thing. We talked about this last night in the live stream. New York has a bit license. Honestly, it's just a big sham in my opinion, and it just makes it really difficult for guys like myself to get involved in things like this. So to all my New Yorkers out there, it sucks, guys. I mean, we still don't even have 0x on our Coinbase app. Everybody else does, but hopefully they'll get their act together and figure stuff out. So just wanted to say, because I was reading the comments yesterday and like a lot of people from New York were frustrated. So I hear your pain, guys. Trust me. I mean, yeah, I hear your pain. That's all I'm saying. So I also wanted to talk about the part 2. So I had this video, how Dapps work in 2018, dawn of the Dapps. This was the guy that was buying, remember he was buying lemon coin. He was buying lemonade with lemon coin. Well, now they have part 2. So MetaMask comes out, and now he's got to convert it through MetaMask, and he's got to give them gas to pay for it. Where is it? I forget where it was. Yeah, anyway, so long story short, and then they have consensus over here, and all the nodes have to, whatever. So long story short, this is a thing from Mainframe, which I actually like Mainframe, guys, and this is a pretty cool commercial, and what they did was at the end, it's just like him talking on a bench, and he's like, oh, remember how Dapps used to work in 2018, and now, like, Lemon Coin, they just put it on the app, and they get their lemonade. So it was really clever, really cool marketing. I liked it. It was fun. So if you guys want to check out that, I'll drop that below. Speaking of MetaMask, the users of MetaMask will now have an option to enable privacy mode, which will require websites to prompt users before accessing private data. So this might sound like an irrelevant improvement, but, this is a good thing because it's a promising step toward the arrival of privacy consciousness in the crypto space. So, on top of the fact that, coming down here, they've hit 1.3 million downloads, which is really cool. I actually downloaded MetaMask. I never used it before. It is compatible with the Ledger Nano S, which I'm a huge fan of. So yeah, I mean, I've had no issues with it so far. Pretty cool for beginners, really easy to set up. So these are the kind of things that really help to garner that adoption moving forward. Another thing that we have right here, we've been seeing a lot of these energy companies getting on the grid lately. I just came out with a story the other day of that company. They didn't even do an ICO, and they already have 700, different houses on the grid. Well, you got WePower. They've tokenized a year's worth of Estonia grid data, it says, marking a world's first for energy blockchain technology. WePower eventually uploaded 26,000 hours and 24 terawatt hours of aggregated production and consumption data to the blockchain and turned it into 39 billion smart energy tokens. Now, I did want to point out at the bottom, though, they do say that it doesn't come without some issues. For example, to avoid paying excessive fees to Ethereum for the blockchain platform, WePower was forced to accept delays to transaction times during periods of high mining demand. So it says, as a result, nearly 28% of transactions took longer than 10 minutes and almost 9% took longer than an hour. The balance between cost and transaction confirmation times has to be considered continuously while communicating with the blockchain, they said. So while Ethereum is currently one of the most mature blockchain solutions supporting smart contracts, a fully decentralized application for large-scale autonomous usage is not yet feasible for large-scale energy trading on the blockchain. So they're blatantly admitting that we do need a better solution. However, you have to give them kudos for at least, getting all this going up with this grid in Estonia. So that's really awesome news. Also wanted to talk about BZX is using Chainlink oracles to enable decentralized margin trading. So now you can get wrecked in a decentralized way. And finally, we have some news. What is going on in the world? What is happening in crypto? Well, it looks like it's not too bright for Iran right now because currently the US unveiled its new sanctions on Iran in full extent, targeting 200 members of the shipping industry and vessels, 50 banks and their subsidiaries, and the national airline. This sanction is bound to affect Iran's currency and hinder other affiliated trades with Iran. So according to Sefer Mohammadi, I believe his name is, many virtual currency exchanges have executed strict regulations on Iran nationalists after the newly enacted sanction. He stated some virtual currency exchanges have imposed restrictions on Iranian use, but no assets belonging to the Iranians have been blocked. So I guess that's not that bad, but although the assets owned by them haven't been frozen, the imposed restrictions have toughened cryptocurrency trading in the country. So you have guys like Binance and Bittrex among the crypto exchanges who have pulled out their dealings with Iran, which is unfortunate. but I just wanted to bring that to you guys. We also have some issues going on with Charlie Shrem right now. The Winklevoss twins are saying there was some stuff that happened a while ago. They paid him to purchase $1 million on their behalf, and currently that they say there were 5,000 coins that never got delivered, which would have been by today's standards around $32 million. He claims that the 5,000 Bitcoin in the wallet affected never belonged to him. And he added that he didn't have access to the coins either way. He actually mentions when he went to prison, when he came out, he says, I only had a net worth of less than 100,000 and worked for approximately 6 months at a restaurant in Pennsylvania. Since working at the restaurant, I have worked at a variety of jobs that have allowed me to accumulate funds and restore myself financially. So, also his lawyer responded as well, saying that, the 5,000 Bitcoin mentioned in the original complaint never belonged to the twins. Instead, it was that of an anonymous contact of Shrem, and it says that they're calling this guy Mr. X, sent out an email to various people in the Bitcoin community asking for help putting a large amount of Bitcoin into cold storage, and Shrem agreed and responded that he would help him to do so. But they go on to say Shrem engaged in no wrongdoing, period. The court should also exercise its supervisory powers and dismiss the entire case at the time in light of its false premise and the unfair, significant disruption it has caused to Shrem's life. So I don't really know. It's interesting. We have to see what actually comes out of this. So, he does make a point. If he had 5,000 Bitcoin and he got out of prison, why didn't he use it, right? How come he had to work at a day job and all this other stuff? And plus, they said that the coins had only moved twice. So, I'll drop that below if you guys want to have a little bit of a look at it. But guys, talking about Bitcoin and crypto adoption, that's always like the big talk of the end of the day over here. A lot of people like to point this out. This is the Google Trends chart, and they're saying, the searches for Bitcoin and the searches for cryptocurrency, are down. No one's searching for it, so that means that the bull run's not starting. Guys, I think the reason that the searches are down is because everybody knows what it is. Like, most people now are aware of Bitcoin, so they're not going to be searching for Bitcoin. Again, I think now it's a matter of just what's going to spark their interest to come back into it again, right? So I don't think that you could really always go by these Google things all the time. And the one thing I like to point out, everybody compares this space to how the internet was back in like 1995. Guys, this is Amazon right here. This is what it looked like in 1995. Look at this freaking site. Would you invest in that? Would you put your money on that? Right? So, you can't always judge a book by its cover, and you have to always understand that, we are in early times and it is the beginning. And you know what? If you're watching this channel right now, you probably already know that. So kudos to you for staying in the space. And I want to leave you with one fun thing before we go. I found this on CoinSpeaker. This came from Play Casino Online. They came out with this cool infographic. It's 101 Bitcoin facts. I actually thought it was really cool. I'm scrolling down here, I'm reading some of these things, and the first... You can read some. The dumb Bitcoin prediction of 2011. The honeymoon is over and Bitcoin is falling fast, Gizmodo. At the time, the price of Bitcoin was $31, right? So it's just really cool if you guys want to just have some entertaining reading for the day. And that being said, as usual, thank you so much to everybody that keeps coming back to the channel. If you're new here, thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting. You're freaking awesome. If you haven't joined the Telegram group, definitely hop in that link below. Love you guys. If you haven't joined the newsletter, feel free. First issue, totally free on us. That being said, guys, thank you so much for coming back. My name's K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.